with me, stop for a moment, to listen inside, stop for a moment, to walk with me, stop for a moment, and think about it.
Hello and welcome to Ali's RC Chit Chat. I thought that I would just collect all the helicopters that are just lying around in my house and post a comparison of all those things which are just now sitting in front of me here. So you can see I have got these 7 helis sitting in front of me. Starting with mini 3-channel metal helicopter, then we have E-Sky Hunter. Here it is, the EC135 by Coaxial, and then we have our famous Bell 222 by Coaxial. And then my personal favorite Honeybee King 3 is sitting here. I have repaired it. It's ready to fly. We have Bell CPV2. I have repaired it. It's ready to fly, also from E-Sky. And finally, the thing that we were waiting for. It's here, the Drago 450 SE V2 helicopter. It's almost ready to fly. Everything is assembled. Just need to install the receiver and test the baby. Alright, starting with a 3-channel mini helicopter. You have seen it. This is now my personal favorite, and I believe this is one of the most stable helicopters in the world. You can fly it anywhere, anytime. However, it's just purely fun entertainment. There is nothing that you can learn flying this. If you want to have a feeling of flying a helicopter indoor at your house, I think this is the best thing if you don't know how to fly a helicopter. This is so irresistible. I just want to give it a try. Don't hit me. Wow, this is just so irresistible. You can fly it anywhere, anytime, not outdoors, just indoor, even in your car if you have a big car, like in a bus maybe. But if you really seriously want to get into RC helicopter flying hobby, you need to get a good RC simulator like Real Flight G3.5 or Real Flight G4. G4.5 is out now. Get a good simulator and get a good helicopter. I would recommend get a helicopter which is RTF in the beginning, 6-channel, get a training gear and start practicing on real flight, and then start practicing on your helicopters. This is how you get into this hobby seriously. But if you have money and you don't want to invest in a 6-channel 3D helicopter directly, then you can go for coaxial helicopters. Coaxial helicopters like E-Sky Hunter. Coaxial helicopters like EC135 from Coaxial. You can see the size difference. Or awesome coaxial helicopters, scaled and very good looking helicopters which actually fly very stable as well, like Bell 222. These helicopters, I would actually prefer to go with a bigger coaxial because they are actually flyable outdoors as well if you don't have much wind. So indoor and outdoor, these all can fly except this E-Sky Hunter, which cannot fly outdoor unless there is no wind outdoor. These are very good helicopters to begin with. Let's say you want to get into the hobby, you don't want to invest in a real flight or simulator, and you just want to invest in helicopters and get your orientation cleared, or practice flying indoor and outdoor in the beginning before you move on to 6-channel helicopters. I believe these coaxial helicopters are a very good thing to start with. Choice is all yours. There are hundreds of versions, hundreds of companies selling coaxial helicopters outside. I'm not gonna say buy Bell 222 or E-Sky Hunter. Buy something that actually you can afford and actually you know it will fly very well. So basically coaxial helicopters, they fly pretty stable, depends on their design and depends how cheap or how expensive they are. I've seen some coaxial with metal parts which fly very well outdoor as well, and they can get up some speed as well. In fact, if you want to start getting into RC helicopter flying and into this RC helicopter hobby, I would recommend get a good flight simulator. Just now I mentioned like Real Flight G3.5, G4, G4.5, Reflex XTR, or Aerofly Deluxe Pro. There are many RC simulators, good RC simulator, but I prefer Real Flight G3.5. After that, if you don't want to spend much money, there are ready-to-fly helicopters like eSky Bell CPV-2 or eSky Honeybee King 3. They are ready-to-fly helicopters right outside the box, and they do basic 3D. They fly very well, they do basic 3D. Even in windy days, you can fly it. Now, after practicing on Real Flight G3.5, you can take these helicopters ready to fly, either eSky Honeybee King 3 or Bell CPV-2, or there are many other brands. I was hearing like Exceed, Blade, or Black Hawk 450. Black Hawk are very good helicopters, in fact. Or Align, yes, the best brand, like Align 450 V2 SE V2 helicopters. Now, Align doesn't come ready to fly. So in the beginning, when you're getting into a hobby, I think it's not very easy for you people to actually assemble all the helicopter together and understand all the concept and fly. I think in the beginning, it's good to buy a ready to fly helicopter and start flying, start practicing until you understand the concepts of 3D helicopter flying, and you can fly very good, like basic 3D, just like me. I'm not a pro, I just can do basic 3D. Then you can move on to some good helicopters, something that you can build, assemble by yourself, like Align T-Rex 450s or some other good kits, Drago 450 SCV2. In that regard, you need to actually get a very good radio like Futaba 7 CAP, or let's say get a DXI 6 Spectrum 2.4G kind of radios. Get a good radio first so that you can have all the helicopter flying functions. Get a good helicopter kit and start assembling everything after asking. Now you can see I am loving the look of this thing. This baby is getting ready, Drago 450 SE V2 helicopter. This is a totally T-Rex 450 helicopter, apart from everything else, apart from it's being copied. So I just need to put a receiver in it. It took me almost 3 hours or something without any user manual to actually assemble this helicopter and put everything in. This is pretty easy DIY, and it flies awesome. I have seen it flying, but I don't know this one how it's going to fly because I have never started it yet. I'm gonna prepare it, like put the receiver in it, set everything up, and taking it out for maiden flight as soon as raining gives us a chance. Well, yeah, so this is the thing. Once your skills are up, you can actually buy a good radio, practice more on Real Flight or RC Simulator, and get a good kit. For example, these two kits in front of me. I know Align is a very expensive brand, but of course I would say original is always better, always much better. However, if you don't want to spend that much money, for example, I think Align T-Rex, a kit can cost you around $268 or something. Anyway, so yes, get a good kit and assemble it as per your own requirement, get a good radio, and start going out and start having fun flying these helicopters. If you want professional helicopters, and you don't want to spend money, there are lots of T-Rex clones like this outside in the market. Get a kit, get good brand electronics, good radio, assemble them together and start flying it. And in the end, if you just want to have fun, this little baby is your choice. Go for some 3-channel metal helicopters and have fun.